Hi friends, and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning program. And Hasha ma'am welcomes you in this session. I hope you remember we are doing which lesson? We are doing lesson number 6, that is combustion. Let us have a quick look on whatever part we have done up till today. We have done what is combustion. Whenever chemically any substance is combining with any other particular substance, what does it give rise to? It gives rise to combustion. It is chemically combining with oxygen and it is produced, there is evolution of heat and light by some or the other means. Then it is called as combustion. After that, we discussed about the combustible and non-combustible substance. Those substances which burn, they are called as combustible substance. Those substances which do not burn, what are they called as? Non-combustible substance. We also had a look on one experiment in which we discussed about which substance can be called as combustible while which cannot be called as combustible. After that, we saw about the ignition temperature. The minimum amount of temperature that is needed before any substance catches fire, that is called as its ignition temperature. It is also called as the kindling temperature. This also we saw how a paper cup burns very quickly while a paper cup that is containing water takes more amount of time for burning. After we saw that how supporter of combustion is necessary. For combustion to carry out, supporter of combustion is very important thing. Okay, it will take, like for example, oxygen, it will allow the combustion to carry out. It will ultimately support the combustion by some or the other means, and this is how supporter of combustion is very much essential, and most of the time it is oxygen that helps in the combustion to carry out. We also saw it by blowing the candle when we saw that the ignited candle blowed off when the oxygen supply was cutted off. So this is how the supporter of combustion plays a vital role in the combustion to carry out. After that, we had the discussion about how to control the fire. Now, how can the fire be controlled? For controlling the fire, there were many ways that we discussed. The very first one that we discussed was spraying water. But water spraying is not at all beneficial in all the cases. What will water do? Water will ultimately turn off the supply of oxygen. It will not allow the reaction of the combustible substance and oxygen, and hence it will ultimately stop the fire. But this is not always useful. Try to recall, we had a discussion that when the fire is because of the oil spilling, then this method is not at all useful. Then we also had a discussion on how the fire extinguisher works. Okay, we saw it on which type of it. is and how it is helpful in stopping all the fires. Next thing is, because of again electricity, if any kind of electric shock short circuit occurs, then we cannot use water over there for blowing off the fire. So every time whenever the fire is caught, first of all the reason is founded out, and according to the reason various methods are applied. Okay, and then the next thing we saw was the fire extinguisher. It contains mainly carbon dioxide, which is responsible for stopping the combustion to carry out. After that, we also had a discussion about the fomite layer. It will not allow this combustible substance and oxygen to come in contact of it, and ultimately it will control the fire. Okay, so these are our recap points. Note it within 30 seconds. After that, we'll move further with today's content, that is types of combustion. Be quick. Be quick in noting. Quickly note it so that we can move further. Okay. Once you note, we'll start further with today's session, that is types of combustion. Now let's move further on types of combustion. Basically, if we talk about types of combustion, then combustion is of two types. One is rapid combustion, another one is slow combustion. Now, what is the difference between the rapid and slow combustion, that we will discuss. Okay, rapid combustion, it is also called as the burning. Why it is called as burning? Because in the rapid combustion, whenever the substance is combining chemically with oxygen at its particular ignition temperature, that is above its ignition temperature, then there is evolution of heat and light. Okay, so it is called as rapid combustion. So combustion is of how many types? Two types. One is rapid, another one is slow. What happens in rapid combustion? In rapid combustion, as I said, the substance will combine chemically with oxygen above its ignition temperature, and it will produce heat and light energy. So there is evolution of heat and light. Okay, this is also called as burning combustion. Coming to the slow combustion, here there is no evolution of light and heat. I will give you one very small example of the rapid combustion and then small combustion so that we can understand it more clearly. You saw when magnesium ribbon was burnt, after burning the magnesium ribbon, you saw that this particular ribbon, when burnt, it produces some amount of light energy and heat energy. Okay, these are the keywords for understanding any type of combustion. The example over here was when we burned magnesium on burning. I'll explain you, it produces magnesium oxide. Next is slow combustion. Now, how is this differing from the rapid and slow? The digestion process that occurs in our body, that is an example of slow combustion. Okay, after eating anything, you know that the food is getting digested and whatever are the important minerals and materials, they get collected and we get the energy. The blood cells, they collect all the important minerals and the unwanted waste is thrown out of the body. This is studying since your lower 6th, 7th standard. Okay, right, try to recall. Now in that whole process of digestion, you are eating anything, anything is going in your stomach and then small intestine and the large intestine. This whole process when it is taking place, it is what? A type of combustion. But do you see any kind of light glowing in your stomach? Do you see? Do you observe? No. You are trying to understand. It is a form of combustion, but you don't see any light. Okay? Does it happen like stomach ma labuk jabuk thai? No, nothing like that happens. Why? Because it is a type of slow combustion. So combustion is basically of two types. One is rapid combustion, other one is slow combustion. Keywords over here is there is evolution of heat and light energy, especially in large amounts. In slow, there is no evolution of heat and light energy. And the example over here is the digestion, while here it is magnesium oxide. Note down the difference. After that, we will study about the examples of the combustion, that is rapid combustion. And we need to study the examples because, again, these examples are somewhat important. So kindly be quick and note it. You have exactly 1 minute for noting it. Be quick in noting so that we can move further. Now, the very first thing is the combustion of carbon. Whenever charcoal is burnt in air, it will produce carbon dioxide and heat and light energy. That is, any form of coal when burned in presence of oxygen will produce, there will be evolution of carbon dioxide, heat and light energy. The example of it is this in equation form: carbon plus oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide CO2 plus heat plus light energy. Whenever carbon is burnt in presence of oxygen, what does it produce? It produces carbon dioxide, heat and light energy. The next particular example is the combustion of any hydrocarbon. Now what is this combustion of hydrocarbon? You know that hydrocarbon means anything that is containing both carbon and hydrogen. Okay, so we are having as one of the example that when the uh, very first hydrocarbon that is just containing very less number of carbon, methane, when it is burnt in presence of oxygen, because for burning anything you need oxygen. Whenever methane is burnt in presence of oxygen and its combustion carries out, it produces carbon dioxide, water and heat and light energy. So here is the example of it. Burning of methane. What is the molecular formula of methane? Try to recall, I have already taught the molecular formula of methane in chapter number 5 itself, that is CH4. Okay, so burning of methane, that is CH4 in presence of oxygen produces heat, light, energy. Along with it, it also produces carbon dioxide and water. So let's have a look on how methane is getting burned. CH4, that is methane, okay, plus oxygen. CH4, that is methane plus oxygen, will take its two molecules to balance the equation. Whenever it is combustion takes place, combustion of methane and oxygen, whenever it takes place, you get CO2 plus 2H2O plus heat plus light. That is, we get carbon dioxide, water, heat and light energy. Okay, I hope that you are understanding what I am trying to explain you. Whenever carbon uh, is burnt in presence of oxygen, we get carbon dioxide. That is its main thing, that is, it produces heat and light energy along with carbon dioxide, which evolves out. While over here, in combustion of hydrocarbon, whenever methane is burnt in presence of oxygen, methane, when burnt in presence of oxygen, what will produce? Heat and light energy, and along with it, it will also produce carbon dioxide and water. You have to remember the equation as it is, okay? And it's very easy. CH4, that is methane, oxygen, O2. It will give you carbon dioxide, CO2, plus H2O. That is 2H2O when you are taking two molecules of oxygen, and it will produce heat and light energy. I'll explain you this equation, the one that is written at the bottom. But before that, you need to note it, and for noting it, I am giving you 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute, please note it down. Kindly note it quickly. Once you note it, we will move further. And I'll explain you how this particular equation came of CH4 plus 2O2. Be quick in noting. Okay, now let's move further. I'll explain you first this uh, equation. The equation that we wrote right now was this: CH4, that is methane. With that, we had taken two oxygens. Okay, then the combustion. You already know that whenever combustion reaction is carried out, always it is like it was 2O2, and that 2O2 I have split it up to explain you how the reaction takes place. You know that for any combustion to carry out, carbon and oxygen, they will combine and it will give you CO2 plus heat plus light. This is what is already happening in any type of combustion reaction. So what happens whenever any hydrocarbon is burned? Whenever any hydrocarbon is burned, hydrocarbon means it is having extra hydrogen. So this C and O2 will combine. So what remains over here? 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So you have one more thing over here, that is water. But water is how much? So you can see that over here you are having 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So for one water you need 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So here how many hydrogen and are there? 4. So how much water molecules we will get? 2H2O. Okay. Important point over here is one more thing, that LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, they contain butane. LPG, it contains what? Butane. LPG contains butane, and whenever it is heated, butane gas, whenever it is heated, because it is a form of hydrocarbon, its combustion will give us what? It will give carbon dioxide, water, heat, and light energy. Okay? So, this is how the reaction takes place. For any hydrocarbon, butane is higher form of hydrocarbon. The, the hydrocarbon that contains 4 carbons. Okay? Whenever its combustion takes place, we are supplying for oxygen. We get carbon dioxide, water, and heat and light energy. Please note down this two equation, and here this is important for you to understand how any chemical reaction takes place. After that, we will discuss about the burning of magnesium. Although we have discussed it practically, but here we will discuss it in the form of equation. Be quick, note this down, then we will move further. You have exactly 1 minute to note both the equations. Be quick in noting. Let's move further now. The burning of magnesium. The symbol of magnesium is this, that is Mg. So magnesium when combines with oxygen, oxygen is always diatomic. So it's 2 magnesium. 2 magnesium how can be written as 2 Mg. Okay, whenever it will combine with oxygen, 2 magnesiums and 2 oxygens, so it will give you magnesium oxide, which has formula MgO. Okay, you might be having the problem that when it is oxide of carbon, it can be CO, CO2. Oxide of magnesium, it's MgO. Oxide of aluminum, it is Al2O3. Like how are these formulas formed? But that popcorn will blow off in chapter number 4. Till that time, you have to remain curious as you are, and you have to learn it. Once we discuss about the valencies as per chapter number 4 of chemistry, after that we will discuss the content further. Magnesium oxide, that MgO. How many magnesiums are there? 2 magnesiums and 2 oxygens. So it form 2 magnesium oxide. Both the magnesium will take 1 oxygen and will produce 2 MgO plus heat plus light energy. This you already saw practically. Okay. The next, so I think no need to note it down. This equation we already have noted in the example It was just for explaining you on how the reaction is taking place. After that, now we are going to discuss about the slow combustion. The combustion reaction in which there is no evolution of light, what is not getting evolved is light, and temperature remains almost constant is called slow combustion. There is no evolution of light and the temperature will also not vary too much. Then that is what? It is called as slow combustion. What are the examples of it? The examples are digestion of food, in bracket they have given you respiration. Now you might be thinking how digestion of food, even in respiration, uh, what all things are happening, like what is actually the whole of the process of the digestion of food and all that things you are having in your class 10 in detail on how it is a type of reaction that is not producing any type of light energy, but yet it is a form of combustion that you'll study in your higher standard. The next thing is the oxidation. The oxidation of yellow phosphorus. At room temperature. That is the example of slow combustion. I hope you are clear with now rapid combustion and slow combustion. I took the concept of combustion types in detail just now to explain you on how the splitting is getting out. The splitting takes place, okay? Especially when you're writing the equation, ma'am will be slow. Why? Because I want you people to learn, memorize all the equations. Be quick, note this down. After that, we'll move further on. The incomplete and complete combustion, the next type of combustions. Be quick. You have exactly 1 minute to note it down. Be quick. So that we can move further. Okay, I hope you have noted. Now we'll move further. Now let's move further on types of combustion. The first one was rapid and slow. Now we are having incomplete and complete combustion. Now what is this incomplete and complete combustion? Incomplete combustion means the type of combustion which takes place in insufficient quantity of oxygen. Okay, it is the type of combustion that takes place in the insufficient quantity of oxygen. The supply of insufficient supply of oxygen, then that is called as incomplete combustion. For example, whenever carbon is burnt, if there is insufficient supply, that means if it is incomplete combustion, then carbon monoxide will be produced. Carbon monoxide will be produced along with the heat and light energy. Okay, carbon monoxide is a deadly poisonous gas. So you have to memorize this. Next, if it takes place in sufficient quantity of oxygen, sufficient or you can say excess oxygen, then it is called as complete combustion. For example, carbon plus oxygen, if it's complete combustion, then carbon dioxide plus heat plus light energy is produced. I hope that you are understanding the two basic types of combustion. These are very easy topic: complete combustion and incomplete combustion. In complete combustion, sufficient amount of oxygen is given, while in incomplete combustion, insufficient amount of oxygen is there. So it will not be able to burn properly. The ignity that is burning, it is generally said that don't close the rooms and then burn the fire, so that what will happen in the ignity, you already know that many times in the winters, you might have seen that in the room itself people are having a corner where they burn the wood, and uh, with the help of the fire they take the heat. These days it's not so common because we are having the facilities of heaters. But in days before, like in the ancient days, people used to burn it in the room itself, and many times, many type of problems used to occur because of it. So it is generally not advisable to close the room and like take the heat, because sufficient amount of carbon, if it will get sufficient amount of oxygen, then and only then it will burn properly. Otherwise, if it is not burning properly, then it will result into one problem, and that is this problem. Okay, so how many types of combustions are there? Four: rapid and slow, which we discussed in detail, and this two, complete and incomplete. Complete in sufficient amount of Oxygen here, the oxygen proportion is not at all sufficient. Kindly note this down. After that, we'll wind up. Be quick. You have exactly 1 minute to note. Please note it down quickly so that we can move further. I hope that you have noted all the content that was done today and you have understood all the things that are taught today. Kindly do the homework regularly as in how you are doing. Don't let me say that. Do the homework. I'm getting very good approach from you people. So that's really very good. Do keep doing the homework in the similar way, and that's all for the content of the day. Thank you so much for listening to me, all of you, and have a very good day, all of you. Bye bye.